Legend of Total War here, and today we'll be starting a new campaign series for Total War Rome 2. And today I'm going to cover something I haven't covered in a very long time, the Imperator Augustus Campaign. Now I'm going to be playing as Parthia because that's what I feel like playing, and like I said, the channel is more about me playing what I want to play rather than always just going for whichever one's the hardest all the time now. So of course we'll still play on Legendary difficulty because that's where my skill set is, and let's just get into this and have some fun. So I'll probably go full map completion, but we'll see how we go. It's funny, with this, the other campaign I did for Imperator Augustus was on Armenia, which I didn't really enjoy that much.
You are my son, but I've done all I can to protect you.
The gods smile on you, Octavian. You're a good soldier.
I'm a politician.
We don't need more politicians. It's not more speeches in the Senate that will change the world. Rome is dying.
Why do you think Caesar favored you so?
I was loyal.
No, Octavian. He saw in you the potential to continue his legacy. Not to follow him, but to exceed him.
Antony cannot be trusted. His heart lies in Egypt. We must confront the reality that civil war is inevitable.
And how will bloodshed save the people of Rome?
You are not meant to save them. You are meant to lead them.
All men are troubled when their moment has come.
I am not Caesar. I don't have his strength.
The people loved him, and they will love you.
You can't think like an ordinary man. You must reach beyond mortal ambition and do what has never been done.
To survive, my son, Rome must have a master.
As the most powerful force in the East, you're the spiritual successor to the many proud empires of old. Roman expansion has put pressure on your lands, and now Mark Antony brings war to the very heart of your empire. Remember, however, that the Roman triumvirate, of which he's a member, is fragile at best. An early defeat will make Mark Antony a tempting target for the other two. Alternatively, you may focus your efforts on expanding in other directions until the triumvirate collapses naturally. The Dahae's northern territory and the lands of the southern Quadri would be both valuable acquisitions in this endeavor. Now, forward, Parthia!
Now we could have, of course, done the campaign as Parthia on the Grand Campaign, but the reason why I've decided to do it on the Imperator Augustus Campaign is because I haven't visited this particular campaign in a really long time. In addition to that, it is 4 turns per year, which is a lot more enjoyable than 1 turn per year. Unless, of course, you've got a lethal agent in your land who's freaking 30 years old, you're going to be waiting a long time for them to die. Whereas in Rome 2, the Grand Campaign, usually, if they're level 10, they're getting pretty old. Alright, so let's have a look here. Usually when it comes to techs, I like to go for the civil techs here first, but they've already been done for me, so that's good. And that'll take 20 turns. Let me just see, what's our public order like? So it's pretty good everywhere at the moment. I mean, like I said, with these techs done, keeping public order is one of the most important things. The next important thing is food, but you don't worry about techs for that. Alright, so maybe let's go militarily. Alright, so how many wars have we got going on right at the start? So we're at war with Dahae, Armenia, and Antony's Rome. So this is a good opportunity to get a trade agreement with them. They're a satrap anyway.
Welcome, friend. welcome. I, in my lord's name, will give you a fair answer before the sun sets.
Try and squeeze as much cash out of them as we can, so that
I came as a supplicant.
we can
Please be seated.
I'll
and
get a good
take
start on
wine
all this.
to cool the head before we hit the day with work. Truly, my good. Please accept as a most humble audience for your terms, my poor self. Now, speak as you will. I came as a...
Jeez, we're gonna
My
get up a lot of money
master
just to begin
extends
with.
the most magnificent welcome to you and your honorable people. Truly, my good. Please be seated and take wine to cool the head before we hit the day with words.
Fuck me sideways. It's just like, hey, do you want to make lots of money at the
Greetings,
beginning of the
my
campaign?
friend.
Play as Parthia.
I think
I see
with
why they rank it as
anticipation
easy.
of Your noble and worthy. Your merchants are renowned as skilled and honorable. Your proposal.
Thought I'd try and get a little bit more out of them.
Greetings, friend. Let us use our time together in wisdom and seek accord.
So obviously the first step should be for us to get rid of our already existing enemies.
Your generous nature does your people credit, but really such a thing is not necessary. I accept. When two right...
So, okay, that has really helped us out right at the start. But where the fuck are our armies? So we don't start off with any. But then again, nobody else really starts off with many armies either. So we have to make a decision on who we should take out first. Now, if we look up here, how many enemies... So, Dahe are pretty strong up this way. I've always considered that if you're playing as an Eastern faction, first thing you gotta do, secure the East. Because if you've got the back of the map secured, then you don't have to worry about that as a frontier. Because, in my opinion, the more frontiers a faction has, the weaker it is. Especially when you have limited funds. Which, you know, we've got a lot of funds, but it's still limited. Alright, now... That being said, since we've got so much money, we should try to defend against Armenia as best as possible. Alright, so let me see, what do we start off with? Because I've never played as this campaign before. As this faction. In this particular campaign, that is. Need to know where everyone is. Alright, so what I'm thinking... I don't think Antony's Rome is as big of a threat to us as Armenia. I think Armenia is what we should be focusing on. So we need to get our armies. Actually, don't put them on force march because I need to recruit. Get them over to Hatra. Get these two over there. They'll focus. Hang on. Just be careful not to get too close to this guy. Alright, what can we get? So, Parthian horse archers. It depends. We want to auto-resolve spam the beginning of the campaign so that we can get good armies later on. Sort of like we did with the Rome campaign. Because that's what I'd prefer, rather than get trash, you know, interesting trash, and have to fight the battles manually, which won't be particularly reliable either. Now, the cost of these horse archers is actually pretty good, but I want to have a look at these stats. They've got Parthian shots, so that makes them good. Ammunition, how much do they have? 19. Because we have a stat that gives us extra ammo for archers, like 25%. Plus there's a tech that should give us another 25%, I think. 90 is really not that bad, considering... but then again, like, that's pretty cheap as well. But those are really trashy. So we get 4 of those. Yeah, they're pretty cheap as well. Alright, so I think that's a good option. Now the thing is though, Armenia, they're going to have their own skirmishes as well. I fucking hate horse skirmishes. I think they're trash. Do we start off with any? No. Okay, good, because I don't want any of that crap. Worthless. Alright, so the other 2 armies. Unite them up here. First, let's get them to Susiana. Let's see what we can get. Okay, there's no cavalry out here. So hire some Eastern Spear garbage and some slingers. Okay, don't have much stuff. Now let's have a look at our regions. Now sometimes I find that when you're given a large empire right to begin with, it kind of sucks because they build stuff that maybe I wouldn't have wanted. But then again, there's not that many build slots in here, so options are limited. So what's this here? This gives us infantry camp. What else could we have gotten? Because I know that the Persian infantry is just garbage, comparatively. Let's have a look. So we got the cavalry stuff here. If we were to upgrade that, armored horse archers, what do we need for that? Okay, it's not too far off. Alright, so we get cavalry from Mesopotamia. There's nothing there. Nothing. Oh, hang on, what do we got here? Army recruitment capacity. That's trash at this moment. Just get rid of that. Let's focus on getting some money first before... We can't even recruit anything good there, so don't worry about it. I need to get used to what they can actually build as well. So you're just going to have to bear with me a moment. I'm not going to just be able to hit the ground running. Like, I know Rome like the back of my hand, but these guys, not so much. I mean, militarily, yeah, sure, I can deal with their army, especially on multiplayer. But it's not the same thing. There's more info to cover here. Alright, so let's see about, firstly, setting up some edicts. Let's have a look. So there's conscription. I don't think that's really that important right now. Bread and games or tax harvesting. This is our richest region. I think 15% tax increase would really help. Actually, you know what? We are in Parthia recruiting. As much as it's silly. Hey, it's not really silly, but this allows us to get up our spam army quickly so we can just go and wipe out Dahe. Alright, now, what do we need here? What gives us extra tech rate? We can't build that yet. Why is that? So we need to research that. Alright, well, I think it's important that we do increase our tech rate, so I'll change to that. That'll reduce our corruption as well. Also, we need to look at the politics. So, the Arsacid dynasty. Should we adopt some of these guys? Bribe this person, maybe. Because you can get a civil war in this, but we don't want a civil war. Not right now, we wouldn't get one. So, just try and secure as much influence as possible. Keep it there. That's probably good. I mean, we can keep it up to here to begin with, but once our Imperium reaches about here, we'll need to set it back down. Alright, so what do we need now? What am we going to build? Okay. Where are the grain settlements? Alright, let's have a look. Do we start off with any? Alright, let's have a look for the grain settlements. Where are they? Because if we go for the grain settlements right away, as you've seen in the Rome 2 campaign, you get the grain settlements, public order, food is not an issue. There's none here that I can see. Alright, I mean, most of the grain settlements are in Africa. Like, if we go for Egypt, that's probably going to be the biggest breadbasket for us. So, for the time being, we'll just have to accept the fact we'll need to build some farms. Alright, now, I'm not too familiar with their religious stuff. Let's have a look. Which we shouldn't even really need to build any. Because you can get a whole bunch of bonuses from stuff like... Yeah, alright. We'll keep that for the time being because we are recruiting here. Hang on. We'll put an edict here for conscription, and that way, just destroy that. Gives us another build slot. Alright, what about this stuff? That provides a lot of money. Don't worry too much about public order, seems to be under control. So, upgrading silk. It's commerce from wealth from all regions. Okay, hang on, which regions are going to be the safest? Edessa is not safe, so let's expand Hatra. And let's see what else is here. I know that's a pretty good building. That's good for increasing tax rate, but that's also good as well. Thing is, we only get the 2 build slots, so gotta make up our mind. These also help us provide extra security. and give us extra experience for spies. So I'm going to go with that. I think that'll be really useful. And I don't think there's any downside to building that. There's no negatives. Okay. I also don't think we can rely on our allies too much or for too long. So I'll look, once we get rid of the enemies that we've got, I'll look towards eliminating them one at a time. Because I'm just not interested in vassals. Accept complete annexure or die, basically. Alright, so which one are we going to go here with? So that's 3 public order. That's 4. So that's got the most influence and public order. What's this one? Royal Sanctuary. That provides wealth from learning, though, so you can get a bit of money from that. But that also has the most cultural influence. So I'm actually going to go with this, the Royal Sanctuary. It's the most expensive, so I'm just assuming that's probably the best. So we'll go with those kind of ones, because I just don't think public order is that big of a problem right now. Alright, so in Parthia, what do we want to expand? Take this. Keeping that for the time being, but I don't really want it for too long. Well, we'll see how we go. Let's expand Nisa. And also build one of these here. Now we can expand another settlement as well. Zadrakada seems pretty safe. What do we want? Let's get a mine there for money. Okay, still got heaps of cash. Man, it's such a good start. I don't think we need the wrestling area, so maybe just hold off on that for the time being. Really want to get the extra tech rate. Alright, what if we upgrade these things? So Satrap Large City as opposed to Royal Large City. Let's have a look. So the Royal Large City has no public order bonuses, but it's got more money associated with it. There's also more Eastern cultural influence. That provides more growth. I'm going to go with Royal Large City. Wait, which one's got the... It's got the same garrisons. So I'm going to go with this. Because I want to try and get as much income from taxes as possible. That way I don't need to name my fucking vassals. Get rid of them early. Let's upgrade this so that we get more public order to all regions. Try and get as many of those type of resources as possible. Okay, I think that's all I can do. Let's just check our agents. You come down here. I want you to attach to him. You're going to reduce our costs.
How may I serve Parthia?
Okay, can we get some spies? I could. Alright, so I need to cancel the construction of something. Maybe just hold off on that for the time being, because I want agents. I want to spy with you. Actually, you know what? The first thing we should probably get, I think, are the what are they called? The dignitaries, to reduce our military costs. There we go. That's pretty good. So we could cancel some construction to get some more stuff, but I think we're good. In fact, we could probably increase taxes. Let me just see. It doesn't really increase money because most of our money is actually coming through trade. All right, let's move on. Wait, is there anything else I can do? Let me just see if any of these guys might actually accept peace.
In time, two things always smell. Fish
so they're a client state of
uninvited guests.
Alright, let me check with Antony.
Speak your terms.
Alright. And what about Dahe?
You have the ear of my people.
Because I'm thinking is if we get a peace treaty with Armenia, right? We can kill them later. It gives us time to go deal with Antony. And plus, we can just score a bit more cash out of them right off the bat.
Am I always to be disturbed by foreigners?
Peace doesn't mean permanent peace. It simply means, hey, just wait there a moment. I'll come and kill you later. Oh, you come on. That's so stupid.
Easy, but I...
Alright, can we get a trade agreement with them? Probably not, but let me try. Alright, so we're not going to focus on Armenia right off the bat. We're going to go and start expanding on Antony's territory. Anyway, this whole unreliable thing shouldn't last us too long. Right, I want you to force march to here. And let's go. That way we just don't have to worry about them invading us for the time being. I mean, they might betray us, but One thing at a time. Oh, hang on, we got some money. So let's see, what do we want to build? We should resume construction of this. So, get an idea of what else is available here. So what do we need? 1 experience for new dignitaries, or do we focus on spies? I think the experience for spies is more important, because I'm really going to make use of spies. Because they're fucking amazing. Also increases our tax rate, which is good. That increases tax rate by more, and gives food. Food won't really be a big deal, but also provides security. Enemy agents will be a problem, so we'll need to get rid of that. Alright, well, out of money, let's move on. Yeah, by the end of the campaign, if you've got the grain settlements, you don't need to build any food buildings at all. Alright, well, we are researching civil stuff, so let's go with that. 20% probably won't make that big of a difference, though. Alright, so we destroyed that there. What do we need in its place? Oh, well, we've already got 1 adobe maker, so that's fine for the time being. Let's go with the city center. So it didn't finish one of the constructions, even though I put it on... one of the recruitments, even though I put on conscription. I guess it just didn't come into play. That's okay. So this is Mesopotamia, that's Palmyra. We can't recruit in Palmyra. So if we want to attack Thapsacus, we need to be standing about there, I think. Because we can't reach there this turn. So who's this? This here is Bar Sepharnis. Oh god, these names are going to give me the shits. Alright, we don't want him in command.
We fight for you, my lord.
Okay, let me just think. Yeah, just get him up here, because we want to keep recruiting.
I would travel the world for Parthia.
He'll eventually transfer them over to... Oh, okay. You're going to have to...
The arrow flies.
I'm going to have to take a little bit of a risk and move in closer here
Mitra, watch
with
over.
force march so that we can reach it next turn.
Ready for battle. Our road needs good fighters.
Alright, if we're attacking a settlement, probably slingers would be more useful. Also a lot cheaper. Okay, cool. Alright, so that's got an empty build slot there. We can't leave it like that, so make sure we build on it. Just check all of our regions to make sure there's no empty build slots. Okay, we're all good. Alright, next stop is Nisa, as we make our way up to Akur.
How may I serve Parthia?
Ready for orders.
My
Just trying to see what would be the best way to go about this. Yeah, we want them to keep recruiting.
Get to it,
At
man.
your command.
It is a
How about you force march,
glorious
Basta
fight
damn you
for
all.
our cause.
and he'll keep recruiting. What's their morale? 36, and they're 26. I mean, these things here, they're excellent for auto-resolve. That's really all they're really good for. But in a manually resolved fight, on legendary difficulty, just don't even bother with them. It is worthless. I mean, the Axemen are pretty worthless as well, so we're going to get the higher tier of stuff as soon as possible. We've got to take out our enemies. Alright, so what are we doing now? What should we build? So if we upgrade silk, how's our food? 14. So we've got some money to spend. Let me just check diplomacy. Good, it's improving. Armenia hates us, but that's okay. So what do we go for? Trade or garrison settlement? If we go for trade, you get wealth from commerce. And 50 wealth from subsistence. But if you go for garrison, you get a bit of public order. Public order really shouldn't be a big deal, so we go with trade settlement. Let me just see. More expensive. It's fine. Oh shit, you're supposed to attach to him. Now, we need spies. Yeah, this guy here. Because we weren't about to see ahead when Anthony's bringing an army in. We all good? Let's move on.
This is an honor indeed.
Okay, the risk paid off there. Alright, let's just make sure that there's no armies in range. Okay, that's not really a big deal. Who's that? That is led by... It's not led by Anthony.
Ready for battle.
How may I
Alright, so which one is the one who's going to be in charge of this? It's Orodes, right. So,
Do you wish?
give him the army.
I would travel the world for Parthia.
Is that more than a full stack?
On the
Right, hang
move,
on, I'm
my
gonna do
lord.
this. So
Ready
he gets
for
11 of
order.
these
Ready
units.
for battle.
So just leave one behind.
At once.
And there's a full stack.
Parthia's
Take it.
besieging settlement.
Now don't bother looting.
At your command.
And then also send him in.
Without good men,
My
armies
lord.
are nothing.
We fight for you. Advance.
Ready for battle.
I always prefer the cunning generals. Cunning is, I think, the most important trait for a general. Good. They're too far away to get to us here. It's our first step into Syria. So let's replace these.
What cruelty do you wish? Oh lord.
Okay, now we need another spy over here. Gotta be able to see what's going on. Unfortunately, we just can't see how old they are. Because that is a big factor as to why I would recruit them. You want to have someone for as long as possible. You want to hire the young people. So I'll just assume that you're young because you just showed up. Ears of the king. Eyes of the king. Well, what's the difference? Maybe... I don't know, whatever. Alright, so...
Ready for orders.
You'll stand here and you attach your forces into him.
As the arrow flies. How may I serve
At your
Parthia?
command.
Alright, that's a full stack. So what we're missing here is anything really of any good quality. Well, we'll just have to. It'll just have to be an auto resolve spam for the time being. So just get garbage, and these guys will just back him up. And there goes our money. So if we have a look here, how strong is Antony's Rome comparative to us? They're considered a bit stronger than us.
Ready
That's
for
okay. That's okay. Without Armenia bothering us, we should be fine. Well, who are their allies as well? I don't think we're at war with Egypt. They've got quite a few... What are these? Vassals? Yeah. Well, we'll show them that they don't need Rome. Alright, let's move on. So this guy gained a free level, so that's useful. Because, yeah, we'll certainly be relying pretty heavily on sabotaging armies before we attack them. Best way to go about it. And when it comes to manually resolved fights, it'll be a case of, you know, if it's not worth fighting manually, then I won't. Like, if the odds are too heavily stacked in my favour, or there's just no benefit in it, then I'm not going to. Because auto-resolve's overpowered, I know. That's the thing, in Medieval 2, they make it worth it for you to do that. So, looks like they're going to take care of us. I guess we can rely on our vassals to do a little bit of damage, I just don't trust them either. Just have to make sure that they actually like us. So these guys, they're actually just a military ally, they're not a vassal. Alright, so the army that was there buggered off, so leaving Antioch undefended. It looks like it's a really small settlement, but
we fight for you.
still got a little bit of replenishment to do. But it's only a little bit, so let's just... See, I don't want to be like standing here and then not make it there next turn. See, that uses up... Yeah, okay, look, it doesn't matter about the replenishment too much. So you're just standing there in reserve just in case. Public order here is shit, which isn't good. Alright, so we finished that, so now we get extra cultural conversion, which is useful, but what I wanted to get was the library. Now, we have to focus on some military stuff, or else we're going to fall behind. So what's that provide? Extra tax rates, experience for new spies, very useful. Alright, cool. Well, we don't have to build it right now, because I've already hired the 2 spies.
How can I be of assistance? I would travel the world for Parthia. My work is done.
Alright, so there's already a full stack there. So if we're going to go up against that, we're going to need to go ham on spears.
Noble cause requires noble men.
Awaiting Parthia's seeking the enemy.
And then also sabotage it. When the time comes. Alright, so what do we want to build? Let's expand this. This region could use, I think, some food. No, we're good for food for the time being. Let's go with a trading post. The tax office provides food. Doesn't matter. So yeah, we need those. Okay, I don't see anything else we really need to do. This region's pretty stagnant in terms of public order. How's our influence? Yeah, we want to keep slaves down to a minimum, I think. Like, yeah, it improves the economy a little bit, but at this stage of the game it's not worth the public order penalties. Later on in the campaign, yeah, go for it. Alright, moving on. The reason for that is, like, if you think about things, it's an additive public order penalty for a percentage-based income boost. So, when public order is low and income is low, it doesn't make sense to have slaves. It makes sense when public order is high and income is high to get slaves.
I am pleased, my lord.
Alright, so they're going to put an army in there to resist us, but that's fine. What happened to them? Armenia took them out. You know what? To be honest, I'm fine with that. Now, in this region here, we're not really recruiting anymore, so let's put it on tax harvesting. Wait, no. Cancel that. What are we doing in Parthia? Yeah, put that on tax harvesting. And in Mesopotamia, you can tax harvest as well. I just wanted to get those first few troops. Now over here, he's got garbage. Luckily, Syrian armored elephants don't perform very well in auto resolve. And there's Mark Antony up this way.
We fight for you, my lord.
How may I serve you?
He's in force march, which isn't going to help. What's the garrison like there? 7, so 9 units in there, and 8.
Awaiting Parthia's bidding, my lord.
If we bring in some mercenaries, I'm sure we can auto-resolve win that, because assaulting it is not. This is not a good army to assault a walled settlement. We just want to just take it. Doesn't matter. We don't need any mercenaries. We're all good here. And if Anthony wants to come over here and take it,
Laying siege to the settlement.
he can try. I guarantee you, if we had fought that battle manually, we would have lost a hell of a lot more than that.
You're ready for
Funny thing is, if you want to be auto-resolving battles, in my opinion, you want to have as few archers in it as possible, because the archers are the last to take damage. So now it's just like, these guys are at full strength and they're not at all. But luckily, Eastern Spearmen are easily replaceable.
Come, join our ranks.
Pretty sure we'll have 3 build recruitment slots here.
Awaiting Parthia's bidding. It's a great and glorious
Awaiting Parthia.
Could have given him those units, but oh well. Thought about that in hindsight. Wait. Was that really a good choice? Because that's what I get with Rome, but we're playing as Parthia here.
Ready for orders.
My lord.
Right, he's about to start recruiting 6 fucking units. We need to assassinate him. Chances of success aren't good, but you just need to give it a shot. Good job. That's really helpful. Stopping them from getting those units will really help us out. I mean, they're still recruiting. What are they recruiting though? Oh right, they're getting 220. All right, so let's move up to here. So we're still in our own region,
Awaiting Parthia's bidding, my lord.
so that we can continue recruiting.
A noble cause requires noble men.
So we should get that edict next for this turn. We should be able to get those troops.
Ready for battle.
Now, if you're thinking, why not upgrade the armor for these guys here? Well, they'll provide us with 1 extra melee attack and 1 extra armor. And even though it doesn't really cost that much, I'm sure as shit not spending any extra money on desert trash like that.
How may I serve God? At once!
All men must serve.
Alright, so Antony's army here. Fuck, that is a small settlement. There's nothing there.
How may I serve?
Just want to keep an eye on him. Public order here is garbage. Okay, we need to replace all this crap. Okay, we probably should have exempted it from taxation right from the get-go because there's barely any money. Yeah, barely any money. And what's the public order problems? Conquest penalty. Yeah, so if we just stay here, we can actually maintain public order. So what do I want to build? Does that consume food? Yeah. Alright, let's see if Antony wants a peace treaty.
Welcome, but expect
Nope.
scat.
I was just curious, that's all. I don't think I would have offered it to him anyway. Let's move on.
A river of goods and coin between our lands would surely see all prosper. Will you agree to trade?
Sure, it was a small donation. Okay, so Tarsus and Samosata are still part of Syria. We want to try and consolidate the whole province. But it's already a really bad public order for the time being, so we might be better off just waiting a moment. What's the chances you can get rid of her?
Many faces.
Pretty low chance.
What cruelty.
Just stay there and keep getting experience for the time being.
We fight for you, my
Awaiting
lord.
Parthia's bidding, my lord.
Yeah, we need some time to replenish still. Alright, what else do we need? Alright, so we finished researching this. I'd like access to... Where do we get artillery from? The quartermaster? Is that... Okay, yeah, because we need artillery if we're going to take out walled settlements manually. So yeah, research that.
Awaiting Parthia's bidding,
My lord.
So they're making a run for it to try and get down to here. They'll get to the settlement and they'll win there. But then once they've taken it, I'll crush them.
Ready for orders.
Let me just see here. Okay, I need you to stay on his trail.
We fight for you, my lord.
And yeah, we need to not let them take it.
I would travel
They don't like being on the defense, but they can move a hell of a lot faster than us. So we're limited in what we can do in that regard. So yeah, don't be building anything in Merv. We really need that city because of the extra public order, but it's not that bad. Alright, so let's have a look here. Traveling wrestlers. Okay, maybe these buildings are not that crucial. But you know, that's public order, and you know, get rid of that. We'll put a mine there instead. Actually, no. I'll keep the traveling wrestlers for the time being. Alright, so over here. First thing we're going to need, I think, is public order. Should we build that here or in a minor settlement? I'll just build this here first. What about that? Yeah, those are good for growth. There's fucking no growth here, so that would be better. So we're not taxing the region. Could we tax it now? Yeah, but we wanted to get better public order before we conquer more shit.
Ready for battle. Come join our ranks.
Alright, what am I going to build? Something's going to help our economy. The Royal Large City. We've got the food for it, so yeah, we'll go for that. So yeah, I expect that they'll take either this or Amul, but they won't be able to hold it for long. Not against two of my stacks. It might actually be best if we could get a peace treaty with these guys, because I'd much rather attack them with their pants down. No, they won't do it. Might need to raise another stack, because the thing is we just need to be in multiple places at once. Don't worry about that right now. Alright, let's move on.
How may I serve, Parthia?
There's no real point in fighting this. However, we do have elite Persian archers here. They'll be pretty good at getting rid of a lot of these steppe horse archers, but probably they'll be coming at us. I'm going to fight this battle manually. Just because, I mean, I know, I have no delusions here. We're not going to win. But the point of this is to just try and focus fire on one of their units to try and damage it. One or two of their units. Bring them down to a weak position so that they don't have time to replenish afterwards. And also, we haven't had a manually resolved fight yet, so I don't think we'll win if we don't. I'm not sitting here saying, oh, I'm caving to your demands. I'm just... This will be a quick battle, it'll be fine. Alright, where are they coming from? Pick a spot where you can do the most damage to them. Don't bother killing their general, because they'll just get another one. It won't mean anything to them. Like, these guys are dead at the end turn anyway. Alright, I'm thinking here. Because we can block them off here. The problem is, with these rocks and stuff in the way, they might not shoot properly.
Orders, my lord!
Gotta make sure their vision's not obstructed. No point having a high ground advantage if they can't fucking shoot.
They outnumber us. Each of us is blood and treasure. We will spit defiance at these aggressors.
That's it. If we could get rid of those horse archers, that would be really good. God, they're getting obliterated. The problem here is just that we're just badly outnumbered.
Our aim is true. We are at your command.
Good, that unit got wiped out. Now we need to focus fire on something else.
Missiles at your command. Elite archers.
Don't worry about their step spearmen. They're worthless. Though, funny thing though, they're actually very strong in auto resolve. Doesn't matter.
Orders, my lord.
Try and wipe them out. Good. They're out of here. These archers are really good.
The men are wavering. Our men flee the field of battle. This is a shameful display.
Okay, it's just them. See if you can run them down completely.
We serve the king.
Why don't you shoot?
Unleash the demons. Missile infantry ready.
An entire unit has perished.
Now, funny thing is, they're trying to capture the town square, but that doesn't really mean anything.
An entire
Oh,
unit
you got them
has
all.
perished.
Good job.
Ready.
This one's broken. Yeah, but they're not wiped out. We're going to try and wipe them out, so they can't recruit new ones. But that being said, they might just fill up their rank with mercenaries.
They will bow. Persian archers.
They sit here thinking that, oh look, we've won the battle because they took the town square.
Archers. Aye.
Yeah, it doesn't work that way anymore, does it, bitch? Good job. These other guys are coming back.
Persian archers.
We actually did a lot more damage to them than I thought we would. Why are these called elite archers if they have less missile damage?
Our men flee the field of battle. This is a shameful display.
You guys get over here, soak up those shots.
We await your order.
Maybe better off shooting off the mercenary armored horse archers, because I don't think they're actually that good at defending against missiles, because they don't have shields. Anything that don't have shields, shoot.
Steady your aim.
Our men flee the
Okay, so
field
it's
of
pretty much
battle.
over.
This is a shameful display. Our men flee the field of battle. This is a shameful display.
That went a lot better than I thought it would. Man, look at that. They lost like a third of their army. Now I should only need like one of my armies to take it out. Judea. Yeah, we enter on the war or side of the Allies. That makes sense. Judea, we shouldn't have to worry too much about, I don't think. So does that fuck up our... No, we're good in terms of public order. What the hell? What's it sending me all the way to Greece for?
Ready for orders.
At your service.
Okay, come back over here, keep an eye on them. Now the problem is that they'll be able to recruit another stack very quickly, so we need to make sure, as much as possible, that we don't let them. Oh, fuck, we couldn't get there in time.
Scouting, my lord.
Alright, well, let's just send one army, see how the stats go with that. Good. Take him out. Don't need the other one. I want to send the other one the other direction.
Ready for orders.
Now, the big problem with that is that, of course, it's caused big public order problems in this province, but, you know, can't do anything about that. We need to get moving over here before they've got a full stack. I should have stood there and recruited another unit. Oh well.
Ready for orders. We fight for you, my lord.
Yeah, just let them replenish. So the public order here, what's the unrest like? The instability, minus 17, so that's really going to suck. We're going to need to build some stuff here to fix that up. Merv is probably the place to build it. Get that in there. Because it should be mostly Persian, Eastern culture. Okay, cool. So we're not even close to these guys, so that's fine. Public order here is improving, which is good, and it will get a little bit better once that's gone. Is Mark Antony still standing there?
Can I assist you further?
Yeah, so this is a chance for us to kill him. I don't know if he actually does die, though. I think he might be immortal.
Ready for battle.
Oh, you're fucking kidding me.
My lord.
Right, I have an idea.
What cruelty do you wish, O lord? Ready for orders.
If it's just one of our generals, because he's cavalry, he should be able to reach there. So what we'll need to do is... What can we recruit here? Let me just see it right off the bat. Okay. How many units have you got? You've got 4. So I'll need to hand over 15 to him. So 5 of these units need to be disbanded. Actually, no. What we'll do is recruit a new general. Yeah, they're better off at noble horse archers, I think. Hand over to him the units that we're not going to need. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Ready for orders.
Hand over everything to him. His movement range increases. We besiege the settlement.
To the settlement. None will escape.
And then send him in with the reinforcements.
Get moving! At once! The path is blocked, my lord.
All men must serve, swift and silent.
Kill them all!
Now we could auto-resolve this, but because we're up against Mark Antony, I think we should fight this manually. Let's see if he fights out in the field. Did he? No. Probably a smart move considering we've got horse archers. But that being said, I don't think he's got any archers of his own, so we can just sit there and shoot him. We can draw him out to fight us. In my opinion, Rome is pretty fucking weak against horse archers. I mean, historically, that's what's been shown. They really didn't know what to do against them. Unable to ever really subdue the Persians for long periods of time, and the Huns, of course, wrecked the Romans. Alright, so... Actually, we could have left the cavalry in his army, couldn't we? Because they've got the same movement range. It doesn't matter. One full stack is plenty to deal with this. Alright, first thing I want to use up. I think he's lacking in, what's it called as well? Cavalry. His bodyguard might be cavalry, though. So where the hell are they? They're probably sitting inside the town square.
Riders at the double!
They want to draw us into where we don't have much mobility. Alright, just send one guy to go have a look.
Advance at speed! Riders at the double! Advance at speed! Riders at the double!
Alright, so now we can have a look at what they've got. Where is Mark Antony himself, though? Yep, there he is. He's a legatus unit. Alright. Now, I saw that they've got some veteran legionaries. It would be very wise for us not to engage with them in melee. So what we want to do,
Who are we?
I would like to shoot Mark Antony first. So let's get some guys around the other side as well.
Whose ashes?
So we can certainly outrange these guys, so let's pick our targets carefully. A good choice to get rid of first, I think, would be the Velites, because they don't have much armor. There's no units here that don't have any shields. Now, while that's going on, let's bring in the slingers, because they'll need to have a crack at them as well.
Missile armed raiders!
Don't worry about Vigiles, they have no ammunition.
Red raiders at the double! Red raiders advance!
Okay, so they've got some plebs there. They're not really worth shooting, but
Our orders!
alright, wait for the Vigiles to turn around before shooting them.
Raiders!
Because the thing is with Vigiles, they are really good at soaking up ammo.
Raiders advance!
Although we do have plenty, let's not be idiots with it.
The king demands blood! Swift and accurate!
They're turning around? Nope.
Quickly now!
We could actually get our Eastern Spearmen to attack them.
Missile cavalry at your command!
What's this out here? Levies. Okay, send another one over here. That way we've got them surrounded.
Parthian horse archers!
Funny thing is about my playstyle. My playstyle militarily has always been that of very much Eastern horse archer type strategies. Very heavily on the skirmish before heavy cavalry charge. Not that of the Romans. My warfare definitely favours the Eastern side of things. However, culturally and economically, I've always favoured the Roman style of things. I just didn't think that their military was... oh shit, whoops. My own fault there. Trying to do multiple things at once.
Parthian horse archers!
So, damage was pretty minimal, but still, it was unnecessary damage. Shooting a unit that is incredibly weak. Yeah, if you guys want to shoot them, that'll be fine. Get out of the way.
Missile armed riders! Fire on them!
I don't care about shooting the plebs. Just get rid of any units. We've got plenty of ammo.
Horse archers! Advance at speed! Parthian horse archers! Riders! At the double!
These plebs have like no armor. Very easy to shoot. Move forward a little bit.
Quick march!
Oh, you're shooting into them over there. I guess that kind of worked for us, as long as you're actually getting some hits in. Hang on, if you're going to do that, shoot them in the back.
Find your targets! What is the king's bidding?
Okay, well, they're out of here. Okay, Antony's coming forward. Make sure that we've got spears here ready to protect them.
Horse archer! Parthian horse archers! Riders advance!
I want you guys to stop shooting, because I think that unit's shattered. Yeah, so don't waste your ammunition on them. Okay, here comes Antony. Fire at will.
Fire at will! What are your orders? Slingers! We await your orders!
Okay, everyone needs to stop firing.
As you wish.
Just let the spearmen handle this.
Charge! No! Riders at the double! Fire!
Wait, if those Velites are shooting at you, you might want to back off.
Riders at the double!
The enemy general is dead.
So is that just Antony gone, right off the bat? Get them in there, it's fine.
Parthians!
Okay, have they left anyone around here? Because just obviously shoot them in the back.
Whose ashes?
The men are wavering.
We should bring the general's on the other side though. Bring him in over here.
Guy ready! We await your orders!
Do they even get any kills? Yeah, see, they're trash.
My lord.
Gotta try and shoot their missile units. Don't worry about them so much.
Noble horse archers! Orders!
Anyway, with them routing like this, I mean, it's fine. At least the unit's not going to be wiped out.
Under attack.
Noble horse archers!
Let's capture this so it lowers their morale as well. They can't capture it. We've just taken it off them. We could just... Hang on. What am I doing? Just charge them in. Get these guys to stop shooting. Because they're missile units. Just back off a little bit.
In service to the king!
You need to be shooting at their melee troops here.
We serve the king!
Okay, that works there. Get in over here, get ready to shoot them.
Stay on alert! My lord! Surrender
So
is
you
not
might
an
reach into
option.
that. That's okay, you stay there. Same with you.
Missile cavalry! Fire at anyone! Ready! Hold archers! Missiles at your command! Fire on the enemy!
No skirmish mode. No.
Cavalry!
Our men flee the field of battle. And this is a shameful display.
This is the only purpose of the Desert Spears, Eastern Spears, sorry, is just to lock down the enemy. No need to run them down. So I'm curious to know if Mark Antony is actually dead or if he's just wounded. We can find out in the diplomacy screen.
Journey completed.
Is that Mark Antony or not? Oh no, I would assume that it is still Mark Antony. So we'll be seeing him again. Well, that's fine. We got their settlement. And comes with some wine. A very useful resource. Yeah, we'll keep that.
Ready for... You call this a garrison? Awaiting Parthia's bidding. How may I serve Parthia? My lord.
Okay, I'd like to have my army back, thank you.
Ready for battle. Awaiting Parthia's bidding, my lord. My lord.
Okay, public order's not too bad, considering we just got the conquest penalty on that as well. But soon we'll have the whole province. So looking at this, we'll see, just out of curiosity, see if Antony is willing to negotiate peace now.
Speak quickly.
Nope. Well, it doesn't have any forces anywhere around here, so we're safe for the time being. We've almost completely kicked him out of the east. Alright, now what do we want to build here in Syria? Let's upgrade this to Royal Large City, which will help us defend it. How's the public order in Parthia? It's pretty good. Yep, we can afford to build that. Okay, well there goes all of our cash. Let me just check diplomacy. If there's anything else we can do, we can deal with Egypt.
Welcome. I throw open the doors to you and bid you enjoy our talks.
Isn't Cleopatra supposed to be the leader of Egypt? I don't know. Alright, Pontus, you want to trade?
Friend, speak. I accept. When two ride on the same camel, they become better friends. Or, they...
Shut the fuck up.
Greetings to you. I trust you come with honorable words that I can hear kindly.
Yeah, give me money. That's the honorable words. Give me money. Give me your shit, or I will kill you.
But our hearts are full of courage.
This is fair to my people.
Alright, there's not enough money to really purchase anything else, but let's save it up for next turn. Moving on.
Return to your people and prepare them for death. That is
I
now
thought we'd have a bit more time
only
before they declare war on us, but it's fine. We'll redirect our effort to Armenia now. I mean, Antony has been weakened severely in losing the majority of Syria. So we need to deal with their stupid vassal over here. Bloody Armenians. Jeez, let me just tell you this much. The Armenians thinks the Turks are bad. You just fucking wait. Alright, so... Oh my god, they're recruiting 10 units this next turn. 10. That seems like that's horseshit. Alright, I need you to try and sabotage them. It's not going to do anything apart from just slow them down.
Give them chaos.
Help give you levels up.
I have seen it done.
Awaiting Parthia's bidding, my lord.
If they cross over here and attack us, they wouldn't be able to follow afterwards. I need to get over there to support him.
I don't care how tired you are.
There's no way in hell they'd be able to reach us here, because they're sabotaged. They'll only be able to move half movement. You'll have to reach them next turn. So the public order here is bad. I'm probably better off exempting it from taxation just for the time being. Until we fix up the public order. So over here, let's get one of these down, because that'll fix up public order a bit. Okay, leave it be. Starting to get a little bit low on food. I need to go and conquer Egypt for the food resources. So yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, I don't get any public order from it, but the money is certainly useful. So where's Artacoana? That's there. Okay, good. How's our politics? I haven't really been paying too much attention to that. Just want to secure the free promotions first. Okay. Now, like I said, we can't just leave them here now. Now they've betrayed the peace treaty. That's for sure. Public order here is alright, but it's largely because we're sitting here. These guys proved to be pretty useful. If you came back to Mesopotamia, we can get some more on our way to Tigran-no-Sirta. Need to build an artillery building. Well, we still have a turn before it's even researched, but that being said, it will eventually be able to be built here. I don't really need the money right now, so we'll knock this down. I think I'll make Mesopotamia sort of like my main recruiting settlement. So yeah, we just need some artillery here. So it should be available next turn.
Ready for battle. At your service.
I need to know what's out this way. Okay, so that's... It's not a lot, but this is where we should hit first.
What cruelty do you wish, O Lord? At your command. Ready as the arrow flies. Ready for orders.
Alright, I want you to hire some more of these. Because against Armenia, I think that would be pretty useful. Now, I want you to just spam crap. Because I want you to take Tarsus. I don't think you can take Tarsus with this, not yet. I mean, I could hire some mercenaries, but also try and just maintain the public order for the time being. And there goes all of my cash. So if all goes well, we'll hit this and conquer it next turn. Alright, he needs furtiveness, yep. Or she.
What cruelty do you wish,
Yeah.
O Lord?
Hard to tell sometimes. Okay, moving on. Okay, let's see here. Cultural understanding, cultural integration, or cultural suppression. That would probably be more useful. Alright. Where'd their army go? It just disappeared.
How may I serve Parthia?
Swifter than the wind.
They couldn't have gone too far, but this works out just fine for me. Who wants to make the attack?
We fight for you, my lord.
Well, only you can do it.
How may I serve? Let them cower before our might. At your command.
But yeah, send him in as reinforcements.
Watch over me.
Actually, you're better off force marching.
How may I serve?
That way you can stand right there.
We take this settlement.
And they come out of force
for
march
you,
as soon
my
as
lord.
battle's over anyway. No point fighting this battle manually. Damage is fairly minimal. We could loot it, but in my opinion, that just creates long-term problems. Okay, just need to make sure there's no civil war possibility. It's already a fucking meme as it is. Alright, so yeah, there he is with his 15 fucking units. Can't believe they can recruit 10 per turn. He just wants to get the fuck out of there. Alright, so we finished this tech here. Is there anything else that we need? Where's the tech that will give us extra ammo? Maybe there isn't one. Oh, there it is. Okay, so... Alright. Yeah, I wouldn't mind getting some elephants as well. So let's see here. Do I need any more of this stuff? 16 turns now to get that. Because that would help me a lot. But as far as our economy is concerned, we're pretty good. So we can go ahead with some logistics. A clay tablet archive would be good though. Take 11 turns to get there. Yeah, let's go with that. That'll help us get all of our tech done in time. In good time, I mean. Alright, can we recruit anything here? Nope, because we need to convert this. Okay, yeah, you can build that here. Destroy this, destroy that, convert this. Okay, I'll need you to stay on top of this asshole here. If you can catch up to him, that'll be good. If not, no big deal. While we head up to Aktau to finish them off once and for all. Alright. They're recruiting troops, but it's just him in the settlement. So if we assassinate him, that recruitment doesn't happen. Chances aren't particularly good, but just give it a shot. Good stuff. Good, got some good luck happening in that. Crossing that river is going to be a bit of a pain.
Make haste, men! Mithra, our advance has been halted. We fight for you, my lord.
Alright, let's see if we can take this.
The path is blocked, my lord.
Good. And that'll secure the entire province for us. Good. Alright, still keep recruiting more of this trash, because they're good in auto-resolve. Crap in manually resolve battles. Just high defense, low attack. And for me, in manually resolve, you need to have high attack. Alright, we're still not taxing the region yet, though. Although we probably could get away with it. Because at Tarsus... Oh, okay. If we upgrade this... Is there anything near it that's going to attack it? Shouldn't be. Alright. That's worth getting that extra food. Okay, let's expand Tarsus and build this. But we're actually going to build a different one which provides food, but there's no penalties to it. Oh, that's right, artillery. So this gives us access to Eastern Ballista. So take this settlement, then come back into Mesopotamia, recruit the artillery, which you would have needed for this settlement. But that being said, there's no defenders there. Unless they bring someone in. If we have a look at how strong Armenia is compared to us, we're way stronger. But that being said, we have to deal with all of their forces, they just have to deal with a portion of ours. Alright, Cappadocia. How about the trade
I greet you
agreement?
in my master's feared name. Speak in honesty, and you will be answered. We have good reason to accept such terms. My people will...
Yeah, we gotta get the research right. Okay, I don't think there's anything else to do. So let's move on.
Ready for orders.
Yeah, military administration minus 6% upkeep costs. Saves us about 100. Which, you know, over the long term, 100 a turn, that's a lot of money. And we can keep increasing that as well.
I will speak the hardest word for a warrior. Peace. It is an honorable offer, made to an honorable foe.
Fuck you. I mean, you broke the peace treaty. You only get one chance with me. You break that chance, I'll break your neck.
Take this subsidy. Our treasuries were overfull.
I don't know. Kinda want to kill you too, but I know we can only really fight one war at a time, or 2 wars at a time in this case. I'll take that money. They declared war on me, so it's fine. Because if you ask for peace straight after you declare war on someone, you're considered unreliable for some reason. Right, there we go. If we can catch them whilst we're in force march and sabotage them, they're fucked. They won't be able to fight any battles manually, because if they go out of it, then they lose all of their movement points. Alright, so over here we need to build this and that. Keep the public order. Okay, I should have exempted it from taxation because there's not much money coming in here. And we got most of our money coming in through trade anyway. But we want to catch up to these guys and kill them.
At your command, that is impossible, my lord. Our path is blocked.
The public order is still going up, that's good.
cruelty do you wish, O Lord?
Alright, come down to here.
As the arrow flies. Make haste, man. At your command. At your command.
Yeah, an army full of cavalry has some major advantages because they can, for one thing on the campaign map, they can travel a lot further than an army that even has one unit of infantry. I think the, oh shit, we'll give it a shot. Oh, well, let's increase in rank. I think the artillery counters infantry, as far as movement's concerned. Good, well next time that'll be worth a bit more. That army there is not a huge concern. We should easily be able to kill them. And we can certainly afford more troops. Actually get some slingers in this, just in case we have to fight them manually. Slingers are pretty good. Got a good amount of kill to them. Alright, let me just check to make sure there's no settlements that have empty build slots. Okay, we can now tax this region. Good, and it makes us a decent amount of coin. Okay, I want to invest into Syria. Let's have a look here. So, canal. So the Windcatcher provides some money as well. Same amount of growth, same with that one as well. I'll go with that. Need more food. Public order's under control now. Convert that. Yep, go with the public order, doesn't cost any food. Wait, didn't I say I was going to do something else over here? Oh yeah, building that. Okay. Okay, there goes all of our money. If they sit their army inside of the settlement, that'll be difficult for my horse archers to deal with, but 9 units, 10, should be able to beat them, even in an auto-resolve. Next turn, what we'll do is hire another general in here, so that he can recruit the artillery so we can distribute it to where it's needed. We'll eventually get our doom stacks, it's just it'll take us a while. We can't just be like, right off the bat, get doom stack, cataphracts and horse archers. Cataphract horse archers or whatever. Although I think I prefer the lighter horse archers, I don't know, we'll see. Alright. Reduce them costs.
My lord.
Let's do this. Okay, so Antony's on his way back. He wants to reclaim these settlements, obviously. But we've got to take out Armenia. Armenia is a smaller target. Finish them off first because they're basically just a cancer in the north. So, he would only have been able to move half of his movement range.
How can I be of assistance?
So we should be able to catch up to him. Yeah, and he wasn't able to take himself out of force march. But we can't catch him unless we actually go into force march. Hang on, before you do that, just move up ahead a little bit, just so I can see what's here. He's only recruiting 4 units. If we can slow this one down a bit more, that would be more useful, I think.
Ready for battle.
So we're not in perfect shape, but we're in better shape than them, so we just push on here. So these here are allies, either vassal or otherwise. Alright, so if we conquer here, we should be able to recruit straight off the bat. Let's see, we're going to recruit another general. So you're a statesman, well you can come back. I would prefer them as noble horse archers, to be honest. Because I usually don't want my generals fighting in melee combat. It just puts them in unnecessary risk. So yeah, get 3 of those, you'll distribute them to the armies as needed. There's no one here, so you take this. You have to make sure he doesn't fight too many battles because he's of other families. We don't want them gaining influence.
The way is blocked.
Attack! At your command.
Okay, just get a little bit of a visibility around here,
As you
and then try sabotage him.
I will come from the
Good. Because we want these guys to rank up as much as possible. How old is he? 22, so we'll have him for a good long while. I'm pretty sure we can actually hire another agent, can't we? Yes, we can. Well, let's get them, because it's really going to help us in the long run. Especially out here, like, soon this will be done, and we don't have to worry about the north anymore. Well, the east and north. We'll see how we go. So, over here, military recruitment capacity. I'm pretty sure we can get some more desert trash here. Yeah, or eastern trash, I should say. Which I won't get, because... I want this to be full of cavalry so we can, like, catch up to these sort of armies, if it needs to. In fact, you can catch up to it right now. So let's fight this one manually, and then we'll probably end the episode there. Even though, truth be told, we don't need to fight this manually. Here's the thing, I really want to test out the horse archers in this game. It should be pretty much the same as Total War Attila. But there's only one unit here that can match our range, the slingers, so we probably just try and get rid of them first. So we start off with a nice high ground, keep the general back, just because they could catch up to him with their lighter horses.
As you command.
Also, if we do things this way, we might be able to actually do better than what Autoros would have yielded. The royal cataphracts are not going to catch up to us.
The battle is turning in our favor.
Come on, use the Parthian shot. Yep, good stuff. Go over there. Man, this battle map's really small.
Quickly now! Tracking us! Cavalry! Missiles ready!
Kind of already missed my Spet Zion Archer span, but that's okay, it's a different game. These guys are doing a good job. Also, another thing is that with cunning generals, is that you get the improved logistics, so you can get even more ammunition for your troops. Which is all very useful. Like, I've had people say things along the line of that they prefer the brave generals, or the warrior generals, because they reduce enemy morale. But to be honest, on legendary difficulty, that doesn't matter. Like, even reducing it by 30%, I just don't think it's that big of a deal. Because by the end of the campaign, you're fighting units that have such high morale that lowering it by 30%, you're still going to have to wipe out the majority of the unit. You're better off giving yourself a tactical advantage rather than dealing with morale. Because morale's just not the way to crush enemies come the late campaign. Which this is already kind of late campaign, compared to, like, the grand campaign. You need to get into the center of the map. Have you got Parthian shot? Okay, good. Alright, we can start using you, because I don't think these royal cataphracts will be able to catch up to us. But you can definitely tell a difference in speed.
Our general is under attack.
Let's watch out for them slingers. Okay, enemy general should be dying any moment now.
Noble horse archers! Parthian horse archers!
Well, we didn't get a notification for it, but we killed every last one of them.
Noble horse archers! Ready!
Gotta kill these slingers.
Parthian horse archers! Missile cavalry at your command! Noble horse archers! At the ready! Orders! Riders, advance!
Waiting orders!
Patience!
Noble horse archers!
Okay, don't let him get away.
Noble horse archers! Swift and accurate!
We only had enough movement to catch up from this one time. Kind of makes it a moot point to have sabotaged him, but it's more just for the experience of the
Advance at speed!
other unit, of the spy.
At your command!
Could go into melee, but we've got ammunition. Doesn't cost us anything. Did someone actually get away? Because the battle's not over. Someone got away. Oh, the cavalry did. Okay, well, that's fine. They're still wiped out. I quite enjoy battles like that, where I just have mobility and I just kite the enemy. I enjoy that stuff. I love just total face fucking the enemy. Anyway, with that, we'll end the episode there. So, guys, like and subscribe. Part 2 is next, and don't forget to visit me on Facebook. See you next time, fuckers.